If this is what I think it is, I pre-ordered this like months ago. This is a piece of retro / new VR gaming history, and I am very excited to check it out. Always with the small, sharp unboxing knife, especially when you're opening something expensive and new, might as well be as safe as possible. So I get people in the comments all the time, they're like, I'm here for the day he accidentally impales himself. And don't worry, it's bound to happen sooner or later, so keep watching all the videos. I'm gonna just sneak a tiny peek to see if this is what I think it is. I think it is. Oh, and then it's upside down. Welcome to the Virtual Boy VR headset from Nintendo from back in the day, but now it has been brought back to be used with the Switch or the Switch 2. I have stuck my eyes one time in a Virtual Boy at the National Video Gaming Museum, which sounds big, it's not, it's actually kind of small. And I was able to try the original one there and see what it was like with the red and the headaches and the eye pain and everything everybody talks about. But look at this is back. Oh, that smell actually takes me back to like the PSVR days when I opened it. So, right now it looks like it's already loaded up for the Nintendo Switch 2. It has a Nintendo Switch 1 adapter. Got the stand, the famous, horrible neck pain, eye strain causing stand. It's hilarious, honestly, that this thing has made this kind of a comeback. This thing is infamous in the VR industry as not only being terrible, not being virtual reality, but then also causing headaches and eye pain, getting people to think that VR was a terrible gimmick and was nothing good. I'm not certain how any of this works yet. Oh my gosh, look at that. We got IPD adjustment. Is that real or is that fake? We got focus. And just like the old one, you're gonna sit here and do this number, just be horribly uncomfortable while you use it. Before you begin, connect this. Detach the Joy-Con controllers, insert into the product. Put the Switch, oh man, the Switch goes inside? I figured the whole thing just plugged in. You can tell I have no idea what I'm doing here. I see this red part opens. Turn on the console and start Virtual Boy Nintendo Classics. Detach the Joy-Con 2 controllers and insert. Wow, what in the world? So this slot, once I figure out how to get this thing open, is gonna like house the bottom of the Switch in here. And the Switch screen goes inside and becomes a screen. So this thing doesn't actually have any screens. This thing is basically a Gear VR. Ooh. A Gear VR, push in, there's a little thumb slot there, for your Nintendo Switch, which then goes in here in the front. Okay, give me a second, I'm gonna go grab my Switch. All right, so this is a Nintendo Switch 2. So basically it says, detach your Joy-Cons and then insert the whole thing. Always use a microfiber cloth to clean your Switch screen. Don't ever use your shirt sleeve. I'm supposed to have started their software. We'll get to that. Yeah, it literally just falls in. Let me go figure out how to get what I need to get to real fast. So I need to open Nintendo Classics. Turn on the console and start Virtual Boy Nintendo Classics. No, what I'm hoping is that I can do like the weird the few VR modes they had for that like cardboard VR headset, because then I could actually look at Breath of the Wild in VR, sort of. And these like just launched, like barely anyone even has one of these yet. Virtual Boy Nintendo Classics, free download. Upcoming free download. Releasing tomorrow, are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, I'm not gonna be able to play this till tomorrow. This has a VR mode. How do you activate it? It does have a red filter in here, so I don't know if this is actually going to work or if it's just gonna make it look red as shit. This is so horrible on your neck. Oh, can the red filter be removed? So right now I've got my Switch in VR mode, but those red filters are very red. And they are part of the lenses, so I don't know if those are removable or not. Oh my gosh, it looks so pixelated and close up, but in theory, I can turn the camera. What the hell? Oh, it's so red though. This is not the VR Joy-Con Toy-Con experience I was expecting. Man, what a weird experience. Let's see what we can capture on camera. Obviously, I'm seeing it in some sort of faux 3D. You're not gonna see that here, but. So right now, I am turning the VR headset, so you're seeing how Link is turning. There is some light bleed, of course, coming through. But basically, this is what I'm doing. I'm seeing it in 3D and two eyes, but very red and very pixelated, because the problem is, it's not only the Switch screen, at least the Switch 2 has a little bit better resolution, it's using such a small portion of the screen that you're talking like only these pixels are what you're seeing magnified through that lens. So that's even worse than like a Gear VR, which had a phone screen, which has way more pixels. Gosh, are these, I think these might all just be fake. So these IPD things, like these are from the old one in the Focus. They were a thing on the original, so they modeled them there, but they don't actually do anything. This is basically a glorified like piece of plastic until this is like, honestly, like a Gear VR from back in the day. But as someone who loves VR and loves the history of it, I wanted a Virtual Boy, and they're not easy to find, or you can pay for them on eBay, obviously, especially functioning and working. So the fact that they brought this back is kind of crazy that you can do this. Well, tomorrow the full release happens, so I'm about to take off on a trip to Japan. I don't know how far we're gonna get through all of this. I'm thrilled to get to play with this thing more. So I will report back to you with more once we get the actual classics working, but for now, I'm gonna go play Extremely Red, pixelated Breath of the Wild, and not be able to see what the F I'm doing, hardly. Oh my gosh. I just went to climb, and I was like, oh, I don't have any stamina, because it's black. Well, no, the red filter's making the green look black. There's just no color in here. I'm hoping there's a way to get those red filters out. Might end up still having to get a toy con if I actually want to see Breath of the Wild sort of in VR, or I gotta go play the VR mod, which does look really awesome. And the whole reason I started playing Breath of the Wild again was to get good at it, so that if I did play it in VR, I would know what the heck I was doing. Okay, we'll be back.
The next morning.
We are back the next morning, and now Virtual Boy software has actually shown up in the system. To go get that, I had to go to the Nintendo eShop, go to search. I think even if you just put in V, yeah, Virtual Boy is already suggested. Apparently, virtual's kind of a racy word though. Virtual Boy free download. Obviously you had to buy the thing already, so it's not that free unless there is a way to use this with like your Labo or something. So with that, it's back, it's in the main screen. Checking whether the software can be played. Requires a dedicated accessory. Yes, we have the dedicated accessory in hand, and you do have to have their online membership. This will be used by someone 7 and over. Press and hold R to adjust the interpupillary distance. So now it's telling us to put it in there. This part pushes open. Make sure we close our dock back up and just drop in, close. This is the worst position. All right, it looks red and grainy and perfect. Still can't capture video now. Oh man. So it's showing a menu in here. It says to modify your IPD so the visuals appear clearly. So it doesn't give me like a typical 65 to whatever. It's 0, and then I can go down. Oh man, I can go down quite a ways actually. -20. Whew, or +20. Wow, it is hard on the eyes messing with the IPD. The tough thing about adjusting IPD like this manually, not knowing the setting, is your eyes very quickly try to fix it. So you really have to find what's right, like look away, and then jump back in and see if it looks right. So it looks like a +3 is close for me. Maybe we'll start with a +1 and adjust as we need to. Still can't capture video now. So let's see if we can get a shot in there. So we've got Virtual Boy Tetris, Virtual Boy Galactic Pinball, Golf, Red Alarm, something I can't read in another language, Telebroker and Wario Land. Okay, is there no Mario Tennis? They literally used the tennis to show it. I'm pretty sure that was like the main draw. It's weird because with the 3D effects, they're trying things, like this is from way back in the day. I'm guessing they just ported these games, or I don't think they did them or readjust them or anything, but some of the ways they're using the 3D effects, oh man. This is not for the faint of heart, I've got to say right now. Be cautious if you do not have your VR legs and you're trying to do this. The 3D effects are rough and pixelated, but it is kind of cool, honestly. 1995 Nintendo. It's almost like Undertale style graphics, but it's all red is the big problem. Like, this is in color, this would be pretty cool actually. It's still neat in red, kind of getting a view of history, because I didn't ever get to try the Virtual Boy, besides that one time at the Video Game Museum many years later. But on camera, we're not gonna be able to capture what the 3D effects look like, but like right here, it's very clear that those rocks in front of Wario down on the ground, it's very clear that those rocks are much closer to you than Wario himself. It's rough on your eyes and your body even a little bit, but it is pretty cool. Like, maybe just because I'm so in VR all these years and stuff, but it's a weird effect for sure. Well, there's plenty of other games and a lot more to do, so I'll take this away. I'll see if I can get some decent video from inside on the actual Switch, and we'll come back at you in a while with our final thoughts on this. We are back, and this thing... We are back after some time, and this is beautiful, amazing, and terrible all at the same time. If you're a gamer, you know in the industry there's remakes and revamps and remasters and reiterations of games, and a lot of times when they bring an old retro game into the future, they try and change the mechanics and make it fit to today. And Nintendo doesn't seem to do that. When they take like their games on the eStore and you get the old versions from like Nintendo 64, it's got all the jank, all the bad controls, and this feels exactly like that. So we'll start with the cons here. It kept all of the jank. The headaches, the eye strain, everything I've read about and understand from the Virtual Boy and my limited experience I had with one, this feels exactly like that. Now, there is something beautiful about that. Several years back, Spyro Reignited Trilogy came out where they made it back, but in 4K and beautiful, and that was like one of Nat's favorite games as a kid, and I got it for her and she loved it, but she's like, they still kept like the difficult camera angles and some of the weird things about the game, which made it feel truly retro for her, even though it looked gorgeous and new. This looks exactly like what it seems like the Virtual Boy looked like, and it does all the same things wrong and terribly, and because of that, it's kind of an awful product, but it feels like you're getting the actual retro experience you would get. They didn't remaster, make it nice. I mean, the switches and stuff that were on the top don't even work now. So in theory, you're probably actually getting a worse product than you did from back then, but it feels like a true blast from the past when you put your face in it. So if you are a huge VR lover like I am, a huge VR enthusiast, fan, whatever you want to call it, it actually feels like you bought a piece of history, but it's new and it's only $100, where you might get lucky and find one in a pawn shop from back in the day that somehow still functions, but most likely you're not going to get that price point at all. Although if you do, it is self-contained. You don't have to shove your Switch in it. You don't have to attach a controller to it. It has its own controller and all of that. So ultimately, it's $100. You get the downloads, the games for free. The games are all, if you're really a retro gamer, some of them have charm. They do take you back. The Tetris was so weird. I did not expect it to be like 3D, like full layer Tetris, but the problem is that it keeps changing angle without you letting it. It just does like this rotation while you're doing it. And there'll probably be more games to come over time, but really, if you buy this, what's probably gonna happen is exactly what's gonna happen with me. You're gonna display this somewhere, people are gonna ask about it, they're gonna go, what is that? Can I try it? They're gonna try it for a few minutes and they're gonna go, wow, that is awful. And that's it. But it's a great conversation piece. It's a cool piece of history. If you're a collector and you're having a hard time finding an original Virtual Boy, this is the closest you're gonna get, and yet it's brand new. You don't have to worry as much about it breaking or being broken the moment you get it. And I have zero regrets. I bought this myself and I am very happy to keep it. It's nice that even without the Switch, like people can't necessarily play it unless you put the Switch in, but even without the Switch inside, like it just sits there and looks like that. Like it's still a great display piece, regardless of whether you're actually playing it or not. The only problem is you're gonna have to go get the Switch every time you wanna show it to someone and plug it in there, but it's pretty easy to do. It goes in the mode pretty quick, but like there's little things about it that'll annoy you. The Switch doesn't seem to have in the Virtual Boy mode any way to change the volume without opening the top and pressing the volume button in there. Or obviously, if you're running something like this, you could put headphones on. I always want it to be higher. There's never a table that's high enough and a chair that's low enough to like sit here like this. I'm always like hunched over in it, which everything I've read about the original says that's the experience too. So if you buy this, you're getting the OG feeling of what the Virtual Boy was like. You're getting transported back to 1995. And if you had one as a kid and don't anymore and you get this, you're probably gonna have some real feels about it. I sadly didn't. I missed out on that age of gaming. I love it for all of its flaws and terribleness. I'm happy to have it, but it is a truly horrendous product and it's bad. But you can see where it pays homage to where we are today, or at least the terrible impression a lot of people have of VR today. So what do you think out there? I'd love to know in the comments, did you find this because of Nintendo, the Virtual Boy, were you already here for all of our VR coverage and tech coverage? What brought you here to the channel? Let me know down in the comments. Continue the conversation with you there. But once again, thank you for being here with me, and I'll see you in another reality.